Hi everyone, this is Dov Hershovitz, and this is Pipeline Authoring 14.6 Kickoff video. Before we begin, as always, we do have a planning issue number 13, underneath the Pipeline Authoring group, where you can see the whole scope of the milestone, and you can see how the team is collaborating and understanding what is the milestone priorities. In terms of the goals of the milestone, the goals will enable some of the product OKR, which we created at the beginning of the quarter. And you can see that most of the issues are labeled with an OKR sign. Besides issue number 1, which is application limits that takes precedence, and a spike issue, which actually enables some other OKR issue in future iteration. In terms of the actual content, so we do have 2 bug fixes that we want to take into this iteration. And again, this contributes to the quality KR. And in terms of feature, we want to start working on this epic, and this epic triggering and retrying job actually emerged from one of the most popular issues that we have, both in terms of ARR and in terms of requirement from the customer. It's actually issue number 2 here. And like, if you try to read this through, you can see, so first of all, a lot of upvote, but if you try to read this through, there is a lot to take in. So what we've done is that we broke it down into this epic, where in the first MVC, we just want to allow user to retry a bridge job. Now, today, almost you can retry almost any job besides a bridge job. Now, bridge job became more and more popular because they enable parent-child pipeline, multi-project pipeline, very popular use case in monorepos and more. And today, it's practically impossible to retry a bridge job, which eventually retries the downstream pipeline. Now think about it, if as a user now, today, I want to retry a downstream pipeline, I need to retry the whole pipeline in order to do that, also the parent pipeline. And it's very popular today that a single bridge job trigger multiple downstream pipelines. So if there is like one downstream pipeline that is failing, and I want to retry it, then I would need to recreate the entire parent pipeline. So in this iteration, we just want to add the ability for user to retry the bridge pipeline by creating this page for the bridge pipeline and this button that does a retry. Now, what it will do, it will enable us then in future iteration to add more actions on top of the bridge job, and eventually we'll be able to bubble up those actions into the pipeline graph. But still more to come on that. So in the first iteration, that's all what we want to take, just this page and a retry button to help user retry a bridge job. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Nadia, and she's going to talk about the scope of work for UX. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Hi, everyone. This is Nadia, the product designer at Verify Pipeline Authoring, and I will walk you through the scope of work for UX in 14.6. In this milestone, my focus will be very much on UX research and usability improvements. So the first issue that I will work on is solution validation for the pipeline editor. So I've been working on this issue in this milestone as well, but in 14.6, I will be wrapping up the user interviews, and I'm very excited about the insights that we will uncover. Another solution validation research will be for pipeline simulation in VC. So it's a very interesting design issue that I'm currently working on. The design discussions are still ongoing, but in 14.6, I will be running a usability test to validate the current proposal. And the idea here is to allow developers to validate their pipeline based on certain pipeline triggers and inputs. And as an MVC, we will make it possible for you to validate your pipeline for the default branch commit. So you will be able to see your pipeline output as if it ran for the default branch commit. So I'm very excited to see what insights we uncover and how we can further improve the current design for this issue. Another very interesting issue that I will be working on is this UX scorecard for pipeline authoring. It's part of the UX department Q4 OKRs, and for this issue I will be collaborating with Jarek, a product designer on the foundations team, and together we will do a walkthrough of the pipeline authoring experience, where Jarek will be looking at our product with fresh eyes as someone who's not as familiar with the pipeline authoring experience as I am, and hopefully it will help us uncover all kinds of opportunities for improvement when it comes to learnability of the pipeline authoring tools or creating a CI/CD pipeline and the overall usability of that experience. And if you look at other issues here, really my focus will be on usability improvements such as addressing UX depth, UX scorecard recommendations, and UX research that helps us uncover further opportunities for improvement. If you have any questions around the work that I'll be doing in 14.6, feel free to ping me in the planning issue or just comment on the specific issues that are of interest to you. Thank you so much, and cheers to an exciting 14.6.